Why most men waste their 20s. If you're a young man in your 20s, you've probably heard this before: you have time. Relax. Enjoy your youth. But let me tell you something they never say out loud. Most men waste their 20s chasing comfort, distraction, and the illusion of time, and they wake up at 30, broke, bitter, and behind. And it's not their fault. Society taught them wrong. The system rewards mediocrity. Schools never taught real-world survival. And everywhere you turn, people tell you to settle down, be realistic, and not want too much. But you're not like them. That's why you're here. You want more. You know deep down, your 20s aren't just about fun. They're about building. Because the truth is, this decade determines the rest of your life. The illusion of time, what no one tells you about this decade. Let me paint you a picture. You're 21. You feel like the world is yours. You think you've got a decade to figure it all out. So you coast, you party, you scroll, you play it safe. Then you blink, and you're 29. Rent is due. You're stuck in a job you hate. No savings, no freedom. You traded time for pleasure. Now time's the one thing you can't buy back. The worst part, society won't care. The world is brutal to men who waste potential, but generous to those who take control early. This is why your 20s are the most valuable asset window you'll ever have. Not because you're young, but because you can compound. What you invest now, in skills, mindset, habits, multiplies for decades. What makes an asset truly valuable? Before we talk about the best asset, we need to define something. What is an asset? An asset isn't just something you own. It's anything that makes your life better over time. It grows. It compounds. It pays you back. Real estate is an asset. So is stock. But for a young man in his 20s, the best asset isn't something you can buy. It's something you build. The most valuable assets for you right now are not material. They're internal and invisible at first, but they shape everything else. The greatest asset you'll ever own. Let me be clear. The greatest asset you will ever own is yourself. Sounds cliché, maybe, but every millionaire, every high-performing man, every powerful leader, they didn't start with money. They started with mindset, with habits, with self-belief. They invested in their identity. Here's the truth. If you dropped Elon Musk, Andrew Tate, or Gary Vee in a random town with no money, they'd be back on top in 5 years. Why? Because they are the asset. So the first step is this: invest in you. Learn, build discipline, train your mind, take care of your body. You're not chasing money. You're building the kind of man who attracts money. Skill stacking, building the compound effect of success. Let me tell you something the school system never taught you. The world doesn't pay you for your degree, it pays you for your skills. In today's economy, if you only know one thing, you're vulnerable. But if you can stack multiple high-value skills, you become unstoppable. This is called skill stacking. You don't need to be world-class at one thing. You need to be good at a few rare skills that multiply each other. Imagine a young man who learns how to write persuasive content, builds a brand online, and knows basic video editing. That combo alone can earn him 6 figures, and no one can take it away from him. Here's how to start stacking skills in your 20s. 1. Choose one high-income skill, like coding, sales, video editing, marketing. 2. Learn one communication skill, writing, storytelling, speaking. 3. Pick one creative skill, design, branding, content creation. 4. Master one technical skill, automation, SEO, funnel building, etc. Now imagine combining all 4, in 2 to 3 years, you'll be light years ahead of everyone else. Money follows mastery, and mastery comes from deliberate, daily practice. Forget the diploma, build the skill set. Your network is not your net worth, until you do this. You've heard the saying, your network is your net worth. But that's only true if you bring value to the table. Otherwise, you're just another follower in someone else's circle. In your 20s, most people network the wrong way. They chase clout, ask for favors, try to link up. That's weak. Real networking comes from offering value without expecting anything in return. Want to connect with successful people, solve problems for them, build things, share ideas, support their work, ask intelligent questions, be known as the guy who executes. Better yet, build your own circle. Start a mastermind, meet ambitious friends, join niche online communities. Your environment is either your anchor or your rocket fuel. The right connections early on can open doors that money can't. but you have to earn those connections by leveling up first. The digital goldmine, leveraging the internet to win early. You're living in the greatest era of opportunity in human history, and most people are wasting it watching TikTok and memes. Right now, as you watch this video, there are 19-year-olds making six figures from a laptop, because they understand how to use the internet to build income streams. In the past, you needed capital. Now, you need creativity, consistency, and connection. Here are 5 digital assets to build in your 20s. A personal brand, build an audience around your expertise or passion. Start on X, YouTube, or TikTok. 2. Digital product, a course, ebook, or guide. Teach what you know. 3. Freelance service, offer your skill to businesses, editing, web design, copywriting, etc. 4. Niche website or blog, long-term SEO plays that generate passive traffic. 5. Online business, Shopify, drop service, build a simple offer, sell online, automate later. This is digital real estate. The earlier you plant seeds, the faster it grows. Every post, every video, every tweet, it's an asset that works for you while you sleep. In your 20s, don't just scroll, build. Health, energy, and discipline, the hidden ROI. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if your body is weak, your mind is foggy, and you're always tired, you will lose. Your energy is your engine, and in your 20s, your health is your most underrated multiplier. When you eat clean, train hard, sleep well, your brain fires faster. Your confidence skyrockets. You think clearer, you execute more, and more than that, discipline bleeds into everything. If you can conquer your body, you can conquer your mind, your business, your life. Don't wait until 35 to fix your health. Build the habits now. Lift heavy and train with intensity. Eat like your future depends on it. Sleep 7 to 8 hours, no negotiation. Cold showers, fasting, and walks for mental clarity. Your health is the foundation. No matter how rich you become, without energy, you'll be bankrupt. Mindset is the multiplier, the silent asset behind every win. Let's go deeper, because here's what separates the average from the extraordinary: mindset. You can have skills, health, and even money, but if your beliefs are weak, if fear controls your decisions, if doubt eats your confidence, you'll stay stuck. Mindset is what allows you to take risks, build resilience, and keep going when everything's falling apart. Most young men in their 20s fear failure, so they never start. They seek approval, so they never lead. They chase pleasure, so they never build. But here's what winners do differently: they embrace pain. They reframe failure. They train their mind like a muscle. Start every day with these mindset shifts. I create, not consume. Failure is feedback. Discomfort is my compass. My past doesn't define my future. I am the asset. Change your beliefs, and your entire life will follow. Things that look like assets but are actually liabilities. Most young men don't fail because they're lazy, they fail because they invest in the wrong things. They buy liabilities that look like assets. And then they wonder why they're still broke, unfulfilled, and lost. Let's break down some of the biggest traps. 1. Expensive cars. A car isn't an asset if it doesn't make you money. That flashy BMW or Benz at 24. It's not flex, it's financial suicide unless you're already rich. 2. Designer clothes and fake lifestyle. You don't need to look rich, you need to become rich. Your $1,000 shoes won't buy freedom, but your $100 investment in skill building might. 3. Nightlife, parties, and vices. Blowing $200 on bottles every weekend feels fun, but it's literally the fastest way to stay stuck. Your future self is watching. 4. College degrees with no ROI. Not all degrees are bad, but if you're going $60,000 into debt for a paper you won't use, that's a liability. Learn how to monetize your knowledge. 5. Toxic relationships. A relationship that drains your peace, energy, and focus isn't love, it's a liability wearing a smile. Protect your emotional capital. The greatest trick society plays is selling you liabilities wrapped in status. Don't fall for it. Invest in things that pay you back, with freedom, knowledge, and control. The real investment strategy: how to allocate time, energy, and money. Now let's get practical. You're in your 20s. You've got limited money, but you've got time and energy, two of the most powerful currencies on earth. Here's how to invest smartly in your 20s. 1. Time investment. Learn every day. Replace 30 minutes of scrolling with 30 minutes of growth. Block distractions. Time is leaking through your phone, friends, and bad habits. Build something. A blog, a YouTube channel, a side hustle. Anything. 2. Energy investment. Protect your morning. It's sacred. No social media, no drama. Just growth. Train. Your physical power is your mental fuel. Say no often. Not every invitation deserves your attention. 3. Money investment. First, invest in skills. Courses, books, coaching. Second, invest in tools. Laptop, editing software, business subscriptions. Third, invest in digital assets. A website, a YouTube channel, an email list. Don't chase a bag, build a system that brings you bags over time. Every dollar in your 20s can either buy distraction or buy freedom. Choose wisely. What I'd do if I was 20 again, if I could go back to 20. I wouldn't chase women, I wouldn't care what others thought. I wouldn't try to look successful. I'd wake up at 5 a.m., hit the gym, learn skills, build online, and network like my life depended on it. I'd read every day. I'd post online with zero fear. I'd fail fast and often. I'd launch that YouTube channel, that ebook, that digital product, and I'd protect my peace like it was gold. Because you know what I've learned. The world rewards young men who build silently and strike loudly. And here's the hardest truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your degree. It's you versus you, but that's also the most beautiful truth. Because the moment you accept it, you become free. Don't waste this decade. Build your empire now. Listen, your 20s are not a vacation. They're not a waiting room. They're the launch pad of your life. This is the time to suffer, to grind, to plant seeds. Because when you're 30, 35, 40, you'll either be reaping a harvest or begging for time back. Invest in your mind, your body, your skills, your brand, your discipline. You are the best asset. Treat yourself like one, and if nobody believes in you, know that I do. But more importantly, believe in yourself. Now go, build, learn, fail, rise. Share this with a young king who needs to hear it. And if you're serious about this journey, like, comment, and subscribe for more. This is your decade. Don't waste it.